Proverbs 13:11, wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it. This is the heart posture and the operations of God, is building a firm foundation. It may take you a little longer in life because you're not hyper focused on one area. A great analogy I have is if you have a garden, you have carrots, you have beets, you have potatoes, you have all of these different things, and every day you only go outside and water the carrots but leave the rest dry. The next day you do the same thing, you leave the rest dry. When it comes time for a harvest, you will have carrots that are amazing while everything else is dead and it has perished. But if you were to focus on these areas, right, and water all of these areas, when it comes time to harvest, it will be that much more beautiful. And that needs to be the perspective in life. Many people are so hyper focused, or they water one area of their life, which is work, but when it comes to their wife, their family, those things, they don't water into those, they don't pour into those, they don't check in and say I love you or care for them, and those relationships will affect you, which affects everything else. God is about a firm foundation. Yes, God has created man to work, but not at the expense of his family and sacrificing things, killing things. You will have a lot more success when you pour into those areas because you'll have a fruitful life. You'll have longevity. You'll be a well-oiled machine, not one that just grinds its gears, and at the end of the road, when you built your empire, you're broken, you're lonely, lacking love. When it comes to God, he is very realistic, and when it comes to obedience, we think God can do these great, amazing things. God, I need miracles and miracles and miracles, but God is very realistic, and he doesn't like fantasizers, daydreams. Now, can he do great things through you? Of course. Will he do great things for you? Of course. But you need to focus on where you're at and the steps of obedience that he has for you. One day, will I sell out Madison Square Garden? Of course. But here's the thing. My steps of obedience now is taking care of myself, is developing a support system and pouring into all areas of the garden. You see artists where they just pour into music, they're bleeding, they're broken, and then they grow up and they say, now it's time for a family, and then they rush. That's not of God. God is about layer, so you can enjoy it. He's not some have your head stuck in the clouds and be unrealistic. When it comes to music, there's processing. That's a compound effect. For something at that magnitude, the people who come into the building, they have to pay for the ticket, but the artist has to pay the price to be eligible to even go into a place of that magnitude, and that's why those places are honored. You have to practice vocals, practice on the instrument, practice stage performance. God will give you the giftings and the talents and the abilities, but you need to pay the price of those who went before you and learn from those before you. Not only that, don't just water one seed. There's many things in our life. If you have a wife, that's a seed. Water into her. When it comes to your daily tasks, work, water into it. But don't just water into one seed, because you may build something magnificent, but it's actually not strong. When you have a healthy family, a healthy relationship between you and your wife, your finances, like when you water every single seed, you have so much more strength and so much more fruit, and you will get so much more done. Not only that, you are honoring God, and he will begin to honor you. It says you can hinder your prayers by being rude. Things are taking place. There's processing. There's character development. You're learning. You're understanding. You're learning how to treat people, engage with people, communication, what to say, what not to say. You're developing skills. You're learning things about those around you, whether it's a wife or family, what they don't like, what they do like. I need to prune this. I need to purify this. I need to change this. And you grow closer and more intimate with a wife. You grow closer to family, a stronger bond, and you have a firm, strong foundation, and you can accelerate. May take slower, but those who rise and water one seed, they're broken individuals. You see artists all the time where they just choose music. People who just choose work, right? They water that seed, and it's like selling your soul, legitimately selling your soul. You don't want to do that. You want to be obedient to God, and obedience to God could be like, you know what? Work here for a set amount of time. This person is going to mentor you. They're going to build your character. That man has a wife. He can teach you how to be a good man. Not only that, he could teach you these qualities, these traits. Okay, stay there. And now I want to take you here to this place, and this place is going to develop these things inside of you. It's a slow process, but everybody has went through that process, and it's not something that is overnight. God is not a daydreamer, fantasizer, head in the clouds. He can take you to the greatest places, the highest places, of course, to glorify his name. He's realistic. He really is realistic, and this stuff takes work. Everything takes work. Whatever God gave you, the gifts, the talents, the abilities, that's going to take work, but it will be fun so you can continually keep doing it. Marriage, that's going to take work. Or family, that's going to take work. Everything good in life is going to take tending to the garden. You're going to have to water seeds. You're going to have to go out. You're going to have to prune off dead branches, prune off dead things within yourself. You want to make sure you tend to those things, especially early on. You want to take care of those things, build those things, show those things that you care. And man, you'll have a very blessed life if you do things properly, if you pour into all of those seeds. Then when you get to your destination, you have a loving family, you have a loving wife, you guys are growing closer and closer. Not only that, you have a strong structure, you have a strong support system, everything's healthy, you have the right people, the right mentors, rather than selling your soul. You'll be promoted, you'll go so much more further if you water every single seed. Men think, you know, if I just focus on work, toil, grind, you can be extremely efficient and extremely productive and extremely successful, yet still love and care for family and take care of all of those things, because that's what God intended us to do. Men are called to provide for who? For a family, right? God intends you, yes, he wants you to be abundant, right? The scriptures say whoever the Son sets free is free indeed. He has come to give us life and life more abundantly. That's his intentions. But his intentions are that you actually enjoy your life, that you actually have fulfillment.